Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly K. This is Grizzly True Crime, and today we are back to talk about the Sean Diddy Combs case, the trial against him. This starts now tomorrow with jury selection to finalize the final round of jurors. Apparently jury selection actually started on like April 28th, but they've been narrowing it down from many people to obviously they need their final 12 jurors and 6 alternates. So we're going to discuss everything that we know so far. So it's kind of like trial prep. We often do trial prep, except this time, because of course this is a federal case. It takes place in New York. There's no cameras in the courtroom. So we're not going to be able to watch it. We have to rely on media reports, and media that are in the courtroom to get information. But I do want to prep us, for what can we expect from this high profile case. Kinty Mackie, thank you so much. Welcome to all the new members. I saw lots of people joined. If you are joining today as a member, make sure you check out the members only playlist because there's lots to catch up on there. We just did a recent members only live stream on Friday. Today is Sunday and it is May 4th of 2025. If you're watching live with me, Barbara, happy 2-year Grizzly anniversary. That is amazing. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so let me bring up my presentation. We've got video clips to look at. We've got a presentation and all sorts of things. If you're brand new here, then I will say that there is a playlist for this case. We have been deep diving the documents and watching the press conferences since Diddy was arrested. And so you can find previous live streams on the playlist if you want to check that out, okay? I think I would recommend it so that you could see what the documents say because, oh my word, sure, these allegations are very hectic. I see that True Crime with the Sarge is here with us. That just flew by. There we go. True Crime with the Sarge says, hello G and the Grizzlies. Hello to True Crime with the Sarge. If you guys didn't see his show today, go check it out afterwards. He's got great guests and we can learn so much and we can ace the quizzes that he has for us. All right, so check this out. Sean Diddy Combs, he's 55 years old. I didn't realize he's already 55. I was going to guess like 44. And I'm like, 55. Okay, he's 55 years old. He faces a high-profile federal trial starting with jury selection on May 5th, 2025. If you're watching live with me today, then that would be tomorrow that the final jury selection is happening at the Daniel Patrick Moynihan, United States, I don't know how to say that, United States Courthouse in Manhattan, New York City. We've often seen cameras outside the courtroom, just waiting to see a glimpse of him because there's no cameras, obviously, in the courtroom. They need 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Opening statements are anticipated for May 12th, approximately. It doesn't seem like it's a set date, it's like approximately. Once the jury's seated, they're anticipating May 12th for opening statements. It will be held 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. The first week of the trial will run from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and after that it will go from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. There'll be no cameras in the courtroom. He faces 5 felony counts across 3 superseding indictments. We've gone over some of those. That's what I was talking about earlier, including racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking. I said it. YouTube's going to be like, what did you say now? That was a naughty word. We'll make sure no one else sees this live stream. So Grizzlies, please like and share because that will help people to actually see this live stream. Transportation to engage in prostitution, and he faces life in prison if convicted. And he was offered a plea deal last week and he actually rejected it. So he seems quite confident in his case, or he's just that much of a control freak that he's like, nope, I'm not going to take your plea deal. I'm like, whoa, from everything I've watched in True Crime, sure, when the state gives you a plea deal, I think you should take it. If they're offering you that, take it. What do you think, right? Backhand said it's pronounced Moynihan. I don't know. That just doesn't sound New Yorkish. New Yorker. Where's the New Yorker? How do New Yorkers say that? I would love to hear that. Okay, so there's a picture of him now. A lot of this, obviously, started with Cassie Ventura coming forward and that leaked video, which we're gonna get into all of that. Okay. So just stand by. I just want to brief you on some of the basics here. They said in the 1990s and 2000s, Sean Diddy Combs reigned over American hip-hop. This is from an NBC article. He produced chart-topping albums, launched an influential record label, recorded hit songs, inked lucrative branding deals, and catapulted hip-hop into a worldwide cultural force. But over the last 2 years, Combs' empire has come crashing down amid a wave of sexual abuse and misconduct allegations. The scrutiny on the mogul reached an apex in September last year when he was indicted by federal prosecutors in a sweeping ST case. I'm going to call it ST. You can see the words there, SEX, and then, you know, like... traffic. Okay, I'm going to call it ST for the rest of the stream. We just have to censor these things on YouTube sometimes. The case, United States versus Combs, goes to trial in downtown Manhattan this month. Combs has pleaded not guilty and vehemently denied wrongdoing. We've seen his. Have you seen his apology before? We're gonna look at it one more time. Okay, we will snark a little bit. So they said he's pleaded not guilty and denied any wrongdoing. Of course, here's what you need to know. So we're going over what we need to know. I've gathered information from lots of public sources to give you a really comprehensive deep dive so that you know what we can expect to hear about. Sean Combs was arrested on September 16th of 2024 following a grand jury indictment. He has been held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Apparently, it's a horrible place. Like inhumane conditions and all sorts of things, even though he's been segregated. But yeah, I've not heard anything good about that place where he's been held. Anna says, 2 years, OMG. Oh, thank you so much for being a member for 2 years and happy Grizzlyversary. So the criminal case was preceded by a November 2023 lawsuit from Cassie Ventura, which was settled within a day and followed. That's what catapulted everything. That was followed by dozens of others alleging sexual assault, RAP, and abuse dating back to 1991. Over 120 individuals represented by attorney Tony Busby, we watched that press conference together as well, it's on the playlist, plan to sue Combs, including claims of assaulting minors. Oh my word. Over 200,000 documents and 100 electronic devices are still being processed, causing defense complaints about delayed evidence access. So the point of saying that is I think there might be more charges in the future, right? Now let me just quickly show you this. Let's just bring this up over here. I can't show this whole video because it involves domestic violence. But this video is what leaked. And it's a video from March of 2016. And when this came out in, I think it was late 2023, oh my, this sparked everything. This was proof of a lot of the allegations that could not be proven yet. And because of this was Cassie Ventura, who was dating Diddy at the time, right? Because of this is why so many other victims felt confident to come forward, and especially after he was then arrested. So I won't play the sound. You can just see this is Cassie Ventura at a hotel, and here he comes like an absolute maniac, an alleged DV aggressor, running down the passageway in his tail with these sockies on. And this I can't show it because YouTube, I had a second channel before. I don't have another channel now. I only have this one. And I played this on that channel and that video got taken down. So I can't play it. It's too violent, okay? But you can see if I just scroll at the bottom here, you could kind of see what's going on there, right? I mean, he literally kicks her to the ground and all of that. Now, when this happened, then check this out. He came out with this half-assed apology.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that.
No, I think it was the darkest time in the victim's life. This is a rhetorical question, but why do all these alleged and convicted abusers, he's alleged, okay, why do they always play the victim? Oh my word, it's classic DARVO, that's what they call it, deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender. It's classic DARVO in domestic violence cases, just like, yeah, this was such a hard time in my life. Dude, you're not the victim. So yeah, this is not an apology. Rachel B says he never apologized. This is not an apology. Jen is throwing tomatoes.
I was up.
We know.
I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
Oh man, I gotta go back and look if the behavior panel has already analyzed this. Did they? I think they did, but it's like, I'm disgusted. Looks away, just like, yeah, I'm so disgusted by that. Can't believe that video came out, is what it sounds like he's saying.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Oh, stop it. I'm sorry without what you're sorry for is not really an apology, huh? I'm sorry for what? Sorry for what? Say what you're sorry for. You guys throwing tomatoes. Okay, we're almost done with this.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
We've got that. Then I must also show you the arrest video. So hold on, wait. I want to show you this quickly before we dive back into everything that's going on here. Okay, here we go. Look at this. I actually hadn't seen this before. It reminds me of when Rex Heuermann was arrested. Do you remember that? Rex Heuermann is the accused or alleged Long Island serial killer. If you don't know about that case, there's a whole playlist for you. You can go check it out. And his arrest was pretty epic as well. Look at this.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Remember when he initially fled the country and then they said, no, you can come back. You can come back. And he came back like, it's okay. Look, I'm here. I'm cooperating, right? And they're like, yeah, we're arresting you.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Oh, shame, guys. He came to New York to turn himself in. How can they arrest him like that? Whoa, think about the crimes that he's accused of. We're going to go over all of that. That was his lead defense attorney.
2, 3.
A day earlier, Combs seen out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. At the center of the case,
Yeah, that one. We know about that. We've just seen some of that, right? I can't play most of that. Okay, so now we continue with our presentation. So that is what really started all of this, was that the video leaked of him abusing Cassie Ventura, and then there was a lawsuit. She settled within a day, but then so many other victims came forward, and wow, I think this case, it's just the tip of the iceberg, even this trial, right? Okay, so let's continue on. Look at his face there. I think I chose a good picture for that slide, huh? Okay, so then, yeah, Sheila's like, and then they arrested him. I like that. Yeah, come back, buddy. Come back to New York. We miss you over here. Get him. Put the handcuffs on. Okay, so that is a picture of Cassie Ventura, his ex, right? November 16th of 2023, Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, filed a civil lawsuit alleging a decade of abuse, sexual assault, and trafficking from 2007 to 2018. She claimed that he controlled her life, forced her into sexual acts, and assaulted her, including the 2016 hotel incident. November 17th of 2023, Combs settles with Ventura, so like the next day, for an undisclosed amount within 24 hours. His lawyer denies guilt, calling the allegations offensive, but the settlement raises public suspicion. And that's when his little apology came out. Okay, late 2023, Ventura's lawsuit sparks multiple other civil suits against Combs, with over 120 individuals, including alleged minors, accusing him of assault and abuse dating back to 1991. If you're only joining this live stream now, this content is for educational purposes and for adults only. Welcome. We're getting ready. We're trial prepping, even though we're not going to be able to watch this trial, right? All right, so in May of 2024, the 2016 hotel surveillance video leaked. So that's when it leaked, May of 2024, showing Combs hitting kicking and dragging Ventura, corroborating her lawsuit claims. So before the video leaked, they were just claims. People weren't quite sure what to believe. And then they're like, holy crap, right? Combs issues an apology video expressing disgust at his actions, but his lawyers call it a complex, consensual relationship. Yeah, that's coercive control, said through the words of really a defense attorney. Like, it's just a complex, consensual relationship. Just with elements of coercive control and abuse. Okay, thank you so much. My word. Good luck to them. But who knows? Who knows what the outcome of this trial will be. So September 16th of 2024, he's arrested in Manhattan. We just saw that video clip. Following a grand jury indictment, he's charged with racketeering conspiracy in the ST by force and transportation to engage in prostitution. Right? No, that's Cassie. It's not J-Lo. No, that is Cassie Ventura. Okay, the prosecution estimates 3 weeks to present its case, and the defense estimates 1 week for its case. The total trial length is expected to be 4 to 6 weeks, potentially extending to 8 weeks if additional evidence or charges arise. And I've even seen some articles say it could even extend to 10 weeks. I don't know how long it would be, but 4 to 6 weeks is the initial plan. Okay, the trial coincides with the Met Gala on May 5th, when they're still doing jury selection. That's tomorrow, which Sean Combs has attended in the past. Quite the contrast to where he finds himself now, huh? In his tan outfit. He's allowed to wear civilian clothing at the trial, but he was at a hearing on May 1st in his tan jail jumpsuit, apparently. There's obviously sketch artists in the courtroom. There's no cameras for photography either, so we're going to see sketches. All right, so Barbara Jean says it's going to be a very long trial, and I wonder if there'll be other trials that follow. I would think so. Okay, so Diddy faces 5 federal criminal counts outlined in the 3rd superseding indictment filed on April 3rd of 2025. So yeah, there's already been 3 superseding indictments. The charges stem from allegations that he operated a criminal enterprise through his business empire, including Bad Boy Entertainment, to facilitate abuse, coercion, and trafficking. Prosecutors allege that Diddy used his status to intimidate and control victims, with evidence including narcotics, AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant seized during raids of his properties. And we've heard about that the baby oil was laced with drugs, and wow, it really was quite scary to hear about all that. It's in the previous live streams and episodes we've done, which is on the playlist, right? He's pleaded not guilty to all the charges, and he rejected a plea deal offered to him during his May 1st, 2025 hearing. I mean, he's pretty confident, huh? Yeah, Stefan says the Met Gala starts tomorrow. Exactly. Yeah, he's dressed a little bit differently this year. The defense argues Diddy's actions reflect a consensual swinger lifestyle, not criminal intent, and claims the prosecution is racially motivated. Okay, they're just throwing that out there. It's the prosecution is an all-female team, all white females, apparently. So the defense is going with that as well. So racketeering conspiracy allegedly led the Combs enterprise from 2004 to 2024, engaging in acts of ST, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness tampering, and physical assault. Here, the enterprise allegedly used Combs's businesses to lure women into his orbit, coercing them into sexual acts at drug-fueled freak-offs, the freak-off parties, which he arranged, directed, and recorded. So I believe some of these recordings have obviously been found in the raids of his homes, and they're going to be showing some of it to the jury, whatever would be relevant, right? Apparently not playing the audio. Misconduct is followed for longer, but great 29 months as a member. Your Live had me cracking up when I watched it yesterday. Which one? You said, I hope this POS rots in prison. Thank you so much. Misconduct. So this is a lot, right? This is a lot. There's a lot of allegations flying around here. He's facing a lot. He's facing obviously life in prison, right? But just look at all of that. The freak-off parties were also the after parties, right? Basically, in layman's terms, the after parties. They were the parties and then the after parties. And those after parties sound very hectic, and they could be co-conspirators. There's a lot of speculation about that. Is anyone else going to be charged? Also, they said which he arranged, directed, recorded acts of violence included striking, punching, and kidnapping were used to maintain control. They also talk about the racketeering conspiracy charges they call RICO charges. So if you see that word, it means Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see. Roxanne says the family's money has been cut off, not showing him so much love now, are they? You think maybe they actually didn't quite know the depth of his depravity. Interesting. I wonder about his mom as well. Remember how supportive his mother was being? Oh my word. It was like our classic, baby boy type episode. We'd be like, whoa, that mom is really enabling this a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if she's still supporting him or what she's doing. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. I'm sure there'll be lots of cameras outside the courtroom, probably at all times, waiting to see who's going in, who's coming out, what's happening, right? Big Alpaca Mama said, more arrests for this case, please. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you so much. So, victims were allegedly given substances and subjected to physical exertion, sometimes requiring IV fluids post-event. Whoa. Transportation to engage in prostitution is another charge that he's facing. There's 5 federal criminal counts, right? Transported women and male sex workers across state lines for prostitution at freak-off parties. And then on April 3rd of 2025, Soma, that's a South African way of saying Soma got 2 new charges. Like he also got 2 new charges thrown at him on April 3rd. So the charges keep piling up. He's pleading not guilty, which is of course his right to do. And he's like, let's take this to trial. He really thinks he's going to get away with this. 1 count of racketeering and 1 of prostitution were added. So, wow. The closer we got to the trial starting, because it's starting tomorrow, obviously with jury selection and opening statements, May 12th-ish, wow, more charges were added, and I'm sure there will be more eventually as well. So, who's the judge? The judge is U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian. I hope I said it right. Appointed in 2023, he replaced Judge Andrew Carter in October of 2024 for undisclosed reasons, and this is his highest profile case to date. His key rulings include, so far, he denied Sean Combs' bail request. There were many, many bail requests were made. Do you remember? They submitted bail request after bail after bail. Like, it's okay, it's not a flight risk. Like, he fled the country before he was even caught, right? I think he's a flight risk. He has a lot of money, power, influence. Yeah, I think if there ever was a flight risk, this is it, right? Cannons Baloney said, thanks for covering this, Grizzly. This case infuriates me, and I think will extend much further than we suspect, with more arrests, hopefully. I think so too, right? He denied a defense request to delay the trial by 2 months. He's allowing the 2016 hotel surveillance video of Combs assaulting Cassie Ventura to be shown. And also, he's permitting victims 2, 3, and 4 to testify under pseudonyms. So obviously under witness protection, they say, using pseudonyms to, obviously, I would assume, keep them safe. Victim 3 apparently doesn't want to, she wants to use a real name, but the judge has said victim 2, 3, and 4. Who's victim 1? Cassie Ventura, in case you're wondering. Victim 3 apparently wants to use a real name, but no. So most evidence about prior sexual assault allegations against him not included in the indictment will not be allowed in at this trial to avoid prejudice. I think they have enough to work with though, right? Carla says, Diddy done it. These victims deserve justice. So many. 3 more months for 2 years. What? Thank you so much for being a member for 21 months. Now, who are the prosecutors? So it's an all-female team. Maureen, Ryan, they keep saying that in the news. That's why I'm saying it. I'm just repeating it now. Okay. Maureen Ryan Comey is the lead. She secured a conviction against Ghislaine Maxwell. Whoa, for Epstein-related crimes. That's a high-profile lawyer. The daughter of former FBI Director James Comey. Damn. Emily Ann Johnson, key figure in pretrial hearings, emphasizing the ongoing investigation and potential for more charges. Madison Reddick Smizer, involved in evidence disputes and jury selection logistics. Mary Christine Slavic, accused the defense of gamemanship in evidence requests. And Meredith Foster and Mitzi Steiner, supporting roles, with Steiner focusing on witness protection. Prosecutors allege physical abuse, drugs, and freak-off parties with witnesses ready to testify about an arson attack possibly linked to Kid Cudi's 2012 car explosion. That was allegedly because Diddy was jealous that he and Cassie had broken up for a bit and she was dating Kid Cudi, from what I understand, and then he allegedly blew up his car, or, set it on fire. So, yeah. Janet says, this is a very deep rabbit hole, G. Please don't get stuck in it. Don't worry, I'm not going to. We're just walking around on the outside of it. We just want a good overview of what is this case about and what is he on trial for and for how long and what's going to happen. So the defense is Mark Agnafilo lead. He's the lead defense. You saw him in a clip earlier. Defends Combs as a swinger and not a criminal, arguing consensual encounters. Previously represented Keith Rainier. Brian Steele, he joined April 2025. He's known for defending Young Thug in a RICO case, seen as a strategic hire for the racketeering charge. So that's a new one. I wrote Teeny twice. Challenges evidence access and victim anonymity, arguing it hinders the defense. Alexandra E. Shapiro, appellate attorney involved in bail appeals and strategic filings. And note, there was an attorney, Anthony Rico, withdrew in late 2024, citing inability to continue effectively, though details were not disclosed. Okay, so there was a little bit of a little strategic change there, right? Yeah, Summertime says we are flying over we're flying just over it. We're just getting a view from above of what's this. So who's expected to testify? So that's just a snippet from obviously that Cassie Ventura video that leaked. Shame. So that's the purple ribbon is for DV awareness. The witness list has not been made public, but media reports, so meaning there's some media reporters that have allegedly spoken to, some of the people that might be testifying. They've got some inside info. So Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex, will testify under her real name. The 2016 hotel video corroborates her claims. She settled her lawsuit, as we know, with Combs in November of 2023, but she is prepared to testify under her real name. A friend of hers will also testify to back up her claims. Ooh, that's going to be so intense. And also quite scary. She's so brave. I mean, to have come forward, then the video came out, that video that the snippet is from there, of him abusing her, that's undisputed. I mean, you could see it on the video. And then so many other people came forward. I just really think, wow, she really did the right thing, huh? So she has taken him down, basically. Victims 2. Allegations span from 2021 to 2024 involving ST and prostitution. Victim 3 has made public statements, apparently, prompting the defense to object to her anonymity. Does not want to use a pseudonym, but the judge says victim 2, 3, and 4 are going to use pseudonyms. And then, of course, victim 4. And then there will be Dr. Dawn Hughes, a forensic psychologist who testified in the R. Kelly prosecution and Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial. She will testify about the psychological impact of Diddy's alleged control and abuse on victims. So I guess on his coercive control alleged, right? Some attendees of the freak-off parties are expected to testify. I think that's going to be interesting. Spill all the tea. It's not even tea, it's like poison. Like spill it all, say it all, help the victims get justice, and hopefully anyone that hasn't come forward yet, which I'm sure there are many, will feel confident that they can, Okay, so yeah, some attendees of the freak-off parties are expected to testify supporting witnesses. Oh, my word. Janet says, Cassie is a Grizzly, right? Yes. I just want to see what else did I wanted to show you this. This is Liza Koshy and Diddy and Cassie. And this was, as you can see, it says the Met Gala, Red Carpet 2018 with Liza Koshy. And it's just interesting to hear how he speaks about himself, always dressed like an angel. And then just the way Cassie answers the question. So let's hope I don't get a copyright strike from this. Let's hope the video stays up. Okay, I'm going to react every now and then to it.
We got Miss Cassie, we got Diddy, guys. The party is starting because y'all arrived, right?
Whenever everybody's here, everybody just looks great. I think it's a collection.
Yeah, head to toe, describe to me, what's the inspiration behind your outfit tonight? Was it an all-white party?
I just wanted to just keep it, simple and plain, angelic, and not really try to overdo it with the theme, but just, have it be more sophisticated and more minimalistic.
Angelic, he says. Wow. So again, that's Sean Diddy Combs. He's the one on trial. He's going on trial now. And standing next to him, and look at the distance. Look at the distance she's got from him here. Just like leaning away from him there. That is Cassie Ventura, the star witness of this trial. The one who made those allegations. Then the video came out, and that's how we are here today, right? But yeah, look, he's dressed like an angel, everyone, he says.
That's right you are. And please tell me about your look tonight. You look amazing.
I'm wearing head to toe Tom Brown, and I just wanted to be, at my Sunday's best, suited and booted. I always wear a dress, so I wanted to try something different.
Yeah, it's just like everyday life for us.
Yeah. You angelic all the time? Mm-hmm. Final question. Is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
Look, guy looks at her. I don't even know what that question really meant. What was the context? Is there anything you want to confess before you go in tonight? So I'm like, what is that question? Liza Koshy, what are you asking? And look at his face. Sure, what a moment this was.
I keep everything right here.
There you go.
Or right here.
There you go. That's how you do it, right? Y'all have an amazing time tonight.
Wow. Okay. So, sure. That clip. There's lots of interesting clips, of course. So go and check it out. If you haven't, if you haven't gone down the rabbit hole, go and check it out, right? Okay. So let's quickly have a look here. So the evidence. Wait. Is that where we were? Yes. Who's expected to testify and what evidence do they have? So evidence. Physical. Like I was wondering, now what evidence do they have against him really? What is all of it? So there's Cassie Ventura. She's witness testimony. And what do they have from those raids? I really want to know what they're going to show, right? Okay. So, physical evidence from the raids. Ooh, that's going to be huge. So, in March of 2024, federal agents raided Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami, seizing items allegedly used in the freak-off parties. Central to the ST charges, it includes narcotics, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, and 9 AR-15-style firearms with defaced serial numbers, which prosecutors argue indicate an intent to avoid law enforcement detection. These items are presented as tools that are used to orchestrate and control the events, with substances allegedly used to keep victims compliant. Digital evidence. Oh my. Prosecutors have collected over 100 electronic devices and 200,000 documents, including recordings of the freak-off parties. So I wonder if others will be arrested after this, you know what I mean? Who else is on the freak-off parties? What are they doing? These events, described as drug-fueled sex performances involving female victims and male sex workers, were allegedly arranged, directed, and recorded by Combs. 9 specific videos reportedly provided by Cassie Ventura are cited as evidence showing sexual encounters that prosecutors claim were coerced. However, obviously, Combs' defense argues that these videos depict consensual acts, highlighting a key point of contention. Ooh, I think we're going to hear a lot coming out about that, right? Video evidence. A critical piece is, of course, the 2016 hotel surveillance video showing Combs hitting, kicking, and dragging Cassie. I showed you a small clip of it earlier in this live stream. I will link it for you in the description box so that you can check it out yourself if you want to. Okay, just know it comes obviously with a trigger warning, and with themes of domestic violence. You can literally see him, Sean Diddy Combs, assaulting Cassie. So, kicking, hitting, dragging Cassie in a Los Angeles hallway. On April 25th of 2025, the Judge Arun Subramanian ruled this video admissible, rejecting defense claims of manipulation, like sped-up footage, out-of-sequence events. Prosecutors call it critical to proving Combs' pattern of violence. I would agree. The 9 freak-off videos will also be shown audible to the jury, but not the public, due to their sensitive nature. Oh my word, the poor jury. The jury doesn't even know what they're in for. Can you imagine? Imagine what the jury's about to see. Holy moly. The Stefan says the 1,000 bottles of baby oil look like a well-organized system. Right? But then his defense attorney said, but he just got it at, where did he say? It wasn't Walmart. Did he say Walmart? There's always a Walmart in every case. I don't know. I can't remember if he said Walmart. I think he said like CVS or something. He's like, no man, he just got it from down the road just because he wanted some of that at his house. Like 1,000 bottles. Okay, so witness testimony, obviously Cassie, victims 2, 3, and 4, and supporting witnesses. This is the evidence they have against him. And then there's also evidence of obstruction and cover-up. They say prosecutors allege that Combs engaged in witness tampering and obstruction of justice, key components of the racketeering charge. Notes and jail recordings from a jail cell raid in October of 2024 allegedly show relentless efforts to bribe witnesses, make non-permitted calls, and blackmail others. However, on November 19th of 2024, Judge Subramanian ordered prosecutors to destroy this material, ruling it couldn't be used in bail hearings due to potential privilege violations, though he retained the documents for future rulings on their admissibility at trial. So whether they're actually going to show that at trial or not, I don't know. But that's interesting as well, to show that continuing behavior, allegedly, even from behind bars. Then the alleged arson incident, the indictment references an arson attack on an unnamed individual's car, possibly linked to Kid Cudi, who confirmed in 2012 that his car exploded after he briefly dated Cassie Ventura. Prosecutors have witnesses ready to testify about this incident, tying it to the racketeering conspiracy as an act of intimidation. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. And then employee coercion, the March 6th, 2025 superseding indictment added allegations of forced labor, claiming Combs demanded sex from staff, forced them to work long hours without sleep, and threatened those who didn't assist in his trafficking scheme. This is supported by witness statements from former employees. That'll be interesting too, because a lot of people wondered, well, are those employees going to be arrested? And I still wonder if some will, because they prepared some of the hotel rooms or the house, the house or whatever, wherever they were having all these parties, the freak-off parties, they prepared the rooms, you know what I mean? Like getting all the oil out, all that. So, did they assist? Would they be charged with that? Or were they forced, coerced, also assaulted, all of that, threatened? It's going to be interesting to hear who testifies there. So his attorney said he believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might. Do you guys think that he's going to testify? Or what, right? Do you think so? I think he will. I do think he's the type that's gonna. He'll be like, all right, let me take it from here. And maybe he'll be on the stand for the longest ever. Longer than Ali Abulaban. Remember that? Sure. If you didn't see that trial with us, oh my, you got to go check that out. Okay, so I've got one more clip here to show you, which is from Fox 5, quickly, just to hear what happened outside the courtroom in preparation for this trial.
Happened today.
Well, Antoine, this was the final pre-trial conference before the actual trial gets underway, officially beginning with the jury selection on Monday, this coming Monday. Now, Diddy was in court today. He was wearing the tan MDC inmate uniform, even though the judge gave him permission for when the trial starts to wear regular, what they're calling business casual, a button-down shirt, pants. He's allowed to have 5 button-down shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 5 pairs of socks, and 2 pairs of shoes, but without any shoelaces. Now, today what happened is the judge officially confirmed to him through the prosecutors and his defense team that he was offered a plea deal. The details were not specified in court, but he was offered a plea deal to make this whole case go away. But Diddy stood up through the entire reading and this entire process of back and forth with the judge and the prosecutors and the defense team, and said that he understood what he was doing. He did not want the plea deal, and that he was officially rejecting it. So that.
Why? Sorry, I paused the lady. Wait.
That was one.
Sorry, I don't want to pause her with her eyes closed. Sorry about that. I don't know if that was a good idea, but to reject the plea deal. But obviously, just based on everything we've seen about him, yeah, he really wants to be in control. Why would he accept a plea deal, right? Shraddha said he probably will, since it's the wrong thing to do. Chihuahua Mama said prosecutors will roast him. I also worry about the cross-examination of Cassie, because she is a victim of his. We could see that from the video. I think the defense is going to really, that cross-examination could get quite intense. Could get quite ugly. I hope that she will be okay, and that she knows she's got a lot of support all over the world, right? Okay, so let's just keep listening here.
In terms of the plea deal, that was very important. And then the other thing was a lot of talk, Antoine, as you mentioned, about the jury selection. Now, all this week, there has been pre-selection of jurors, and I've learned exclusively from sources close to the process that there were 700 jurors that walked through those doors that you see right behind me, filling out these questionnaires, very detailed questionnaires of anywhere up to 70 questions about their fitness to serve on that jury. Now, they will, a a select number of them who are accepted by both the prosecution and the defense will show up on Monday morning to be interviewed one-on-one privately by both the prosecutors and the defense. And Diddy's defense team asked, can he please be there for that? And the judge said, yes, he can be there for that as well. So they're expecting that to take most of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Antoine. But his demeanor in court, I think, seeing that things were going on, he seemed to be more upbeat than some of the previous times that we've seen him here. His hair is salt and pepper now, which may surprise a lot of people who are used to seeing it.
Yeah, because he's always, you know, so groomed. I mean, meticulously. Now they say his hair is salt and pepper. They say he's gray. He's in his jail outfit. Of course, he's going to be in business attire, as they say. So, yeah, people might just get a fright from how different he looks.
Just being solid black. And also, too, I saw him for the first time since I've been there in court actually pull out reading glasses to look at documents that were handed to him by his defense attorneys.
Lisa,
Antoine,
we know that you...
Excuse me, we're blowing it all apart.
Sorry, lady, did I make you cough? I was like, cough, cough, and then she coughed. She's saying the pollen is everywhere. Look.
Pollen is blowing around here. Sorry.
No, Lisa, I'll make this one quick. The second question, was any family members there supporting him?
No, they weren't. They're still expected to show up when the actual trial, the opening statements get underway on May 12th. But there was one of his supporters, a music producer from Harlem called Charlucci Finney. We caught up with him as he was coming out of court. He was wearing a Free Puff sweatshirt, but when he was inside the courtroom, he had it covered up. But when he got outside, I spoke with him, like, why was he there? Because it's very rare to see anybody other than family there on Diddy's side supporting him, and here's what he had to say. What made you come here to support Puff?
I'm supporting Puff because he's innocent, and I'm wholeheartedly believing his innocence, and I know he's innocent. So
you say you know he's innocent?
1,000%.
Wow. Obviously, he's got supporters. 1,000%. Wow. Leave me some comments below after the live stream as well. Let me know if you think, will he testify or not? Do you think he's innocent or guilty or not? You could just have an opinion now. Of course, he's innocent until proven guilty, but what are your thoughts so far? Or do you think he'll be found guilty of these crimes? Sure. I think they've got a lot of evidence against him. I think it's going to be interesting, right? Yeah, Kathleen is reminding about no cameras in the courtroom. For those that missed the beginning, there won't be cameras. This won't be live streamed, unfortunately. I think it would be a great trial to watch, but no, unfortunately, it's New York and it's a federal case, no cameras in the courtroom. So yeah, afterwards, as I say, let me know, do you think he'll testify or not? In the comments below after this live stream. Let me know if you think the state has a strong case against him. And let's think, what was the other question? I can't remember. I had 3 questions, okay?
Now, the judge also warned both sides, both the prosecution and the defense, that he was going to be very, very strict about public statements being made moving forward, especially on the eve of this trial beginning. And he seems very determined to keep this on schedule, which so far it has been, to keep it moving through. He said, I know it's ambitious to try to get this jury picked, but the jury selection is very, very critical. All they need is 12 jurors and 6 alternates, a total of 18 people out of this final 145 that made it out past that first round with 700. But that's the latest here from federal court. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Antoine, back.
Lisa Evers, thank you so much. Right, so that was a great recap actually of everything that's happened at the hearing before the trial starts tomorrow, with the final jury selection starting on May 5th of 2025, and the opening statements are expected to start around May 12th of 2025. So today's date at this live stream is obviously May 4th of 2025. So that is a recap of everything that we know so far about this trial. You know, when does it start? What's going to happen? What are his charges? Who's expected to testify? Who's the defense attorneys? Who are the state attorneys? Who's the judge? All of that. I hope it was helpful to anyone who's been asking. If you've been asking yourself the same questions that I have, then that's what this was for you. Because I had all those questions and I'm like, oh my word, if I have them, I'm sure you all have them. So let's answer them, shall we? What's going to happen here? So yes, Marsha said too much baby oil for innocent verdict. Let me just see some of your comments here. You said, I probably missed it, but I need a recap on his charges. Yeah, we did go over that. So if you missed any of that, the recap of his charges, how this all started, the leaked video, all of that, right? You can just go to the beginning of the stream right after this, watch the replay, and then find the link to the playlist, which is in the description box. And there you will find all the other deep dives that we've done, because we've looked at the press conferences, we watched that together. We've gone over those superseding indictments, not the latest one where they just put some more charges on, but they're all very similar. You know, a lot of the documents are very similar allegations, and that's also interesting. There's so many victims that have come forward, and they all have so many similar allegations. Oh my goodness. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for being here with me for this little trial prep for a trial that we won't be able to watch, but we'll definitely be reading, right, everything we can about it and hearing from court reporters and things like that. So I will keep you posted if anything interesting happens. Of course, make sure you are subscribed with your notifications on, and I will definitely see you very soon again for the next one. Thanks, mods. Thanks, everyone, and stay safe.